Beware of unsought advice or guidance because it is generally the result of another's ego demanding your attention. May 4, 2014. As you wait patiently for the great event, keep on reminding yourselves that its arrival is inevitable and imminent, and that any doubts or anxieties you may have are unfounded because the will of God is always perfectly achieved. Within the illusion, it is hard for you to remain patient, but you are doing very well, even though your ability to perceive the big picture while enmeshed within it is severely compromised. You are having to rely on faith to see you through these tense times, and that is one of many reasons why you are so highly honored. If you feel in need of further encouragement and support in holding and displaying your light, then talk with friends who are also following a spiritual path and exchange information with them, and tell them about uplifting spiritual sites you have found, because sharing and exchanging information strengthens your individual energy fields so that even more love flows through you to further assist in bringing all to awakening. What you are doing can only be done by you, and so here in the spiritual realms, we are constantly sending and offering you very powerful support so that your intent to awaken is not only maintained but becomes ever stronger. There are increasing indications on your mainstream media that major changes are in progress, even as they continue to stress the doom and gloom scenarios with which they strive to hold your attention. And your alternate media are doing a wonderful job of keeping you informed on uplifting and inspiring developments all over the world. So, while remaining aware of the suffering that many are undergoing, and intending that each receive the aspects of love that they need, compassion, healing, relief, upliftment, etc., focus attentively on the good that is actually happening and bringing in the essential changes that are leading you steadily forwards towards your awakening. You have made enormous progress since December 21, 2012, so do not be downhearted because you are unable to see the changes for which you have been hoping and praying. Your faith in God's love and in His will for you is being severely tested by the distractions with which the illusion is constantly presenting you. Just know that on other levels what you have achieved since then is very apparent, and that when you too can see what you have achieved, you will feel utterly vindicated in your continuing faith in God's divine plan. There has never been a more fruitful time to be on earth than the present one, because this is the time to which all has been leading. The disasters of the last few centuries, plagues, famines, scarcity, and wars, not to mention weather and earth changes, have shown that conflict resolves nothing. Awareness that cooperation and genuine communication, not polemics and attempts to prove others wrong, are the only sane way forward in growing, as various grassroots organizations make determined efforts to share and disseminate information for the benefit of all mankind and not just for their own members. A sense of openness is developing, and it is inspiring and encouraging even those who are the most pessimistic about your planet's future. Indeed, a very bright future lies ahead and has been most carefully planned. Details are available from the One Mind, which is what you access when in your quiet moments you go within and avail of your spiritual guides, mentors, angels, and your own intuition. When you successfully ignore the almost constant roof brain chatter that so many of you find overwhelming your attempts to be at peace in that inner space, creative ideas do flow. And as increasing numbers of you engage with that inner space, with which all are blessed, your energy signatures change as the love flowing through you strengthens and intensifies, assuaging your fears and confirming the validity of your faith that the divine plan for humanity will be achieved. Every loving thought, word, or action with which you engage has effects far beyond your immediate vicinity, which is why it is so important that you intend to be loving in every moment. This entails bringing to mind your spiritual purpose, your reason for being on earth at this time, every morning when you wake up, restating it regularly throughout the day, and then reaffirming it before you settle down to sleep at night. And what, you may ask, and many do, is my spiritual purpose? The fact that you are aware that you are on the spiritual path is a good start to uncovering your purpose. You do each have a purpose, and no two are the same. Many of you wonder about this because you have daily live lives commitments as humans that demand a very considerable amount of your attention and your focus, and which are not specifically spiritual in nature, In fact, frequently they are not, as you experience them, in any way spiritual at all. But everything that occurs does have a spiritual aspect, it just is not always apparent, and may in fact seem to be in conflict with all that you conceive of as spiritual. Only you can identify your purpose. Others may be able to offer you guidance or advice, but beware of unsought advice or guidance because it is generally the result of another's ego demanding your attention. By meditating regularly each day, you strengthen your ability to access that inner place where you can make contact with your true self, your spiritual center, into and through which flows the light and the love that powers your individual energy fields. As you become accustomed to resting in that space, you will find that guidance, an intuitive sense, an inner knowing, becomes more readily available, and as you become used to availing yourselves of it, your faith in it will grow, and your trust in yourselves will strengthen. You are divine spiritual beings, have no doubt about that, and the fact that you do frequently doubt it is all part of the illusion, which is an ego construct attempting to confuse and distract you from your true purpose. When you refuse to doubt, despite all the doubts that can seem overwhelming, and focus on the truth of God's love for you, then you are on your path and achieving your purpose, holding on high the light of God's love for all of His creation, and showing all with whom you interact the way home. You cannot force them to follow it, but by pointing to it and shining your light, you are showing them the way home. The light is now so bright that it cannot be any longer ignored, and this is due to you. Keep up the good work, and rest at peace in the knowledge that you are indeed doing God's will in every moment. And then when it seems that you have failed or made an error, forgive yourselves. Your loving brother, Jesus. Channeled by John Smallman. johnsmallman2.wordpress.com